2 weeks ago, GPT 5.2 did something that should stop every working professional in their tracks. It derived an original result in theoretical physics, not a summary, not a rehash of existing knowledge, but an actual new discovery, one that physicists at Harvard, Cambridge, and the Institute for Advanced Study then verified and published as a peer-reviewed preprint. For 15 years, physicists assumed a certain type of particle interaction. Gluon scattering amplitudes with a specific spin configuration was zero. Textbook level consensus, case closed. GPT 5.2 proved them wrong. It found the formula. It spotted the pattern. And then it spent 12 hours reasoning through a formal proof on its own. Now, you are not a physicist. Neither am I. So let me tell you why this matters to you personally right now. Here's the short version. Physicists were studying gluons, the particles that carry the strong nuclear force. There's a calculation called a scattering amplitude that tells you the probability of particles interacting in a certain way. For one specific case, where one gluon spins one direction, all the rest spin the other way. Every textbook said the answer was zero. No interaction, nothing to see there. Human researchers worked out the math by hand for a small number of particles. The expressions were nightmarishly complicated. The equations that grow super exponentially in complexity. They fed those results to GPT 5.2. And here's what happened next. First, GPT 5.2 simplified those monster equations into clean, compact forms. Things that took pages reduced to single lines. Then it spotted a pattern across those simplified results and proposed a general formula that works for any number of particles. Then, and this is the part that matters, an internal version of GPT 5.2 spent roughly 12 hours reasoning to a formal mathematical proof that the formula was correct. Human physicists verified it, published it on arXiv. Professors at UC Santa Barbara are already building on it. This is not autocomplete. This is not summarization. This is original scientific reasoning. Let me read you a quote from Nathaniel Craig, professor of physics at UC Santa Barbara. He said, "There is no question that dialogue between physicists and LLM can generate fundamentally new knowledge." 6 months ago, the conversation about AI was, it's good at writing emails and summarizing PDFs. A year before that, it was, it makes stuff up, you can't really trust it. Now, it's deriving results in theoretical physics that the smartest humans on Earth missed for 15 years. Here's what I need you to understand. AI is not moving at the pace you think it is. It's moving faster. Every quarter, the ceiling lifts, and the gap between people who deployed AI system and people still thinking about it, that gap becomes a canyon. If you're a VP of operations with 20 years of supply chain knowledge, your expertise is not getting less valuable. It's getting exponentially more valuable, but only if you pair it with AI. And this applies to anyone with 20 years of domain experience. Think about what happened in this physics paper. Humans brought domain expertise. They knew which questions to ask. They computed the base cases by hand. Then AI did what humans can't. It processed complexity at a scale no human brain can match, spotted patterns in super exponential data, and produced a proof. That's the model. Human expertise plus AI capability. Neither one alone gets the result. Your 20 years of knowing exactly where the supply chain breaks, where deals stall, where operations bottleneck, that's the equivalent of those physicists computing base cases by hand. It's irreplaceable. But without AI, it stays locked in your head. With AI, it becomes a system that generates revenue while you sleep. Look, I want to be direct with you. There is a window right now. It will not stay open. Every month, AI gets more capable. That means every month, the barrier to entry drops. Right now, the advantage goes to people with deep domain expertise who move first. You have knowledge that took decades to build. That's your moat. But moat only works if you build the castle. In 12 months, the system will be easier to deploy, which means more people will deploy them, which means your expertise advantage shrinks, not because your knowledge gets worse, but because the competition catches up. The physics paper proves the trajectory. A year ago, GPT couldn't do reliable math. Now it's producing peer-reviewed results in theoretical physics. Extrapolate that curve in your industry. AI agents that can analyze your supply chain data, that can identify inefficiencies your competitors haven't seen, that can generate proposals, qualify leads, and close deals, all orchestrated around the specific domain knowledge that you have. That's not science fiction. That's what people are deploying right now. The question isn't whether AI will transform your industry. The question is whether you will be the one who deployed the system or the one who got displaced by it. So here's the practical part. You don't need to become a physicist. You don't need to become a coder. You don't need to quit your job. What you need is a system that takes your expertise and turns that into a revenue-generating machine. That's exactly why we built AI Product Accelerator. It's a 5-agent system, not one chatbot. 5 AI agents that work together. An offer agent that takes your domain expertise and extracts a productized offer with pricing and differentiated positioning. An ICP agent that profiles exactly who needs what you know and where to find them. An outreach agent that writes personalized messages and actually starts the conversations. The pipeline agent that tracks leads and manages follow-ups so nothing falls through the cracks. And a product agent that actually builds your landing pages, your product, and your delivery and fulfillment systems. You orchestrate the agents. They build the business. About 3/4 of our members start without a clear idea. The system extracts it from your experience. You don't need to know what to build. You need to know what you're good at. And after 20 years, you already do. We have had over 10,000 students deploy this system. Josh scaled from 8K to a 400K month. Mario came from biotech, never sold anything in AI space, and landed his first AI client pitching to lawyers. Those aren't outliers. They are professionals who paid expertise with the right systems. Here's what I would do if I were you. Go to azoth.to. That's AZOTH.to. For $297, you can get AIPA Sprint. Instant access to the 5-agent system, the Offer OS, the Pipeline OS, the Scale OS, and the Product OS. Plus a private community of people doing exactly what you're about to do. The promise is straightforward. Deploy your AI agent and generate your first revenue in 90 days. And if you want hands-on coaching, weekly live support, personalized mentoring, a full-day workshop in San Francisco, look at AIPA Core. It's a 12-week accelerator for people who are seriously committed to building a product. It's only limited to 20 people per cohort, so you can apply at AIProductAccelerator.com. And now here's the thing, you don't need to decide between them right now. You need to decide whether you're going to keep watching AI do things that were supposed to be impossible or whether you're going to deploy it for yourself. The physicists had 15 years of assumptions that turned out to be wrong. Don't let "I will get it eventually" be yours. Azoth.to. Link in description. I'll see you inside. If this was helpful, subscribe. I'll break down AI developments like this every week and show you exactly how they apply to building a business around your expertise. Hit the bell so you don't miss the next one.